Hi guys, hi YouTube, thanks for watching. Just want to shoot a quick video. First of all, I want to apologize. My voice is not very good, and that's one of the reasons for me not being able to upload a video recently, because I've had a kind of a weird week, been a bit under the weather, not feeling great in with my health and other things, but I'm on the mend. But anyway, now this is all related because it's given me a chance to really think what makes people succeed and what makes people, not quite succeed simply because they didn't really know how close they were to actually achieving that turning point. And I think, obviously we know that success is a journey, and everyone is always generating a certain amount of success when they don't even necessarily realize it, because even the smallest things that you achieve that you need to really think about, that are very important. You sometimes realize that you've actually achieved so much, but you haven't really realized it. Even the smallest things that you've achieved, you need to pat yourself on the back. These are very, very important, because success is a journey. Sorry, I almost said the word sex. No, what I meant to say was success is a journey for all of us. And when I first started, sometimes you hear sometimes you hear some people say, my turning point, what made me suddenly turn or change or suddenly generate success. But what we really mean is it's not something that we've suddenly achieved success and, everything just suddenly happens for us, and, all of a sudden we're driving fast cars and all of a sudden we're making huge amounts of money. No, that is not what we're talking about. The turning point, in inverted commas, is really kind of a mindset. You suddenly think to yourself, boom, I've got it. I realize I've got a journey, I've got a direction, I've got something here that's going to work, and I'm going to stick with that, and I'm going to keep doing that until I succeed. But again, it's not a case of succeeding and looking at it as a sort of a destination. It's looking at it as going to your next milestone, hitting your next milestone, hitting your next goal, or whatever it is, even if it's just that small goal. And you need to put those goals up on your wall. So anyway, guys, the purpose of today's video is kind of a diary. I sometimes like to upload kind of diaries, a kind of a video talking about my recent progress, what I've been up to, what I've been doing, both maybe positive and negative, what's going on in my mind. And I want to do that in this video. I want to just say to you guys, I've had a pretty weird week, I'd like to say. I don't like to be negative, but it's been a bit of a challenge. And it made me realize, and coming out of this week, I realized some great positive things that I've learned about myself. And from this point, I can just move forward in a different way. And it's going to help a lot of people as well, because I think that people are just trying to struggle, going in a direction that perhaps they've learned, or everyone else seems to be doing this and this, so they think that they have to do that as well. But guys, you have to do it your way. You can't keep doing things that are just not working for you. Okay, and I'm going to give you some stories in this video that has happened for me, and why I made the decisions to do certain things, and why I use certain tools, why I use certain platforms, and why I choose not to use other platforms just because everyone else is using those other platforms. And I think that this whole video, by the end, you're going to learn some great stuff, simply because it's suddenly just helped me understand really what's been going on. So basically, let me back up. So this week has been a bit of a challenge in many areas, both personal challenges and online business challenges. And I suddenly realized that a lot of it has been about what I've been doing, and I realized that sometimes when I talk to people, either on a text chat or within an email, or I use I communicate with people on written form, I tend to talk to people in a different way. I'm kind of almost, I would say, I'm a different kind of person. The way I talk to people when I'm writing what I want to say down, such as in an email, or if I'm on Messenger and I use text chat, I tend to talk to people in a different way. That's basically why I just love YouTube. I'm not saying that YouTube is right for everybody. And that's what I'm going to lead on to. I'm going to talk about what platforms you should focus on. And if you find a platform that you feel comfortable with, you should absolutely learn that platform and just 100% solely focus on that platform. Maybe some other platforms as well. We're always checking out other methods of what work for us. But for me, I found that YouTube has been the best way to market my business for me, because it's who I am. It's all about who I am. I am better at communicating with people using my voice than I am with using text. And it's really, really true. And I think a lot of people have that same issue. I'll be honest with you, I am dyslexic, and I hate the fact that I am dyslexic. I hate the fact that I can't spell. I hate the fact that I have struggled in school, and it's been very frustrating. Sometimes I felt I could have gone a lot further in school and other things if I wasn't dyslexic. But guys, a lot of dyslexic people feel like that. But sometimes you get to a point where you start to know how to overcome these things. You become resourceful. You think, okay, well, I can't do this, this, and this because let's face it, I am dyslexic. But if I do it like this, this, and this, it's going to be a lot easier. And I found that, for me, YouTube has just been absolutely brilliant because it doesn't have anything to do with my dyslexia. I don't have to write things down. I don't have to, type things out. And, it's also an emotional thing. When I type things out, I get frustrated anyway, because I can't spell correctly. I hate that autocorrect, that when you're trying to type something out and the computer or the mobile device autocorrects stuff. And then when you send it out there, it comes out all wrong. And it's not just about the typos. It's also about my mindset, my attitude. I'm negative when I type. And I think, I've spoken to a lot of people this week, a bunch of people, and it all turned out in a kind of it ended badly, basically. And last night before I went to bed, I got a huge number of questions from someone who it ended up me just getting all upset and angry and irritated, because I guess my voice was not good because of my cold. So I was trying to not use audio, but instead I was trying to type it all out, and it was just getting frustrating. So I was all negative, I'm just not good on paper. I'm not good on words. I'm not good at writing things down. And, I think my whole psychological thing just changes, and I'm just a completely different person. And it all ended up badly, and they were frustrated with me. And I've blocked people in the past because we've ended up hating on each other because my communication was bad. And I realize now that for people I email and people I write to, or, and I also read badly as well. I sometimes misunderstand people's questions, especially when people just send me messages that are sort of like a one-liner, like, why is this not happening? What's going on here? Really direct questions. And I don't even know this person. I'm thinking, okay, what's this person actually asking? And sometimes people just write things without kind of any. I'm not asking people to be, good-mannered, well-mannered, or whatever. But I'm just saying that it could be nice if you could just sort of introduce yourself. Who are you? Ask it in a more of a respectful sort of way because we've never spoken before, perhaps, So I guess that whole mindset, and from that point on, our communication is all wrong. But I also try to take it with a pinch of salt because I know that there are some people who are non-native English speakers. So I feel that they're probably trying to shorten things down as best as possible. And I'm grateful because there are a lot of people who speak English. So I am grateful for that. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to switch this around and put this in, make it all easy for me. But I am grateful that there are a lot of people out there who do speak English, and people who are struggling because they can't speak English and they're asking me questions in my language. So I am very, very grateful for that. So, but, sometimes it's very difficult for English speakers to understand what you're asking if you're asking very directly. So anyway, I don't want to get onto a tangent here, and I want to get to the point. The point is, it's all about mindset. And you need to look at how to communicate with people, because at the end of the day, everything that you're trying to do online, all you need to be is simply a messenger. Okay, that's what it all boils down to. You just simply need to be a messenger. You're not trying to handle everything. You don't have to do all the business side. You don't have to explain the company structure. You don't have to explain the compensation plan. You don't have to explain how the money works. You don't have to explain all the technical side, and you don't have to explain about the products. All you have to do is to get eyeballs onto presentations. Okay, I don't care what company you're in. I don't care what businesses you're doing. I don't care how you make your money online from the comfort of your own home. I don't care. All I say is you need to be that messenger. You need to share information. You need to pass information on. You need to be the middle person so that you just bridge, the presentation that's already been done for you with the people that are potentially looking. That's all you need to do. That's your job. That's all you need to do. You don't need to be a salesperson. You don't need to be a marketer. You don't know how to do that. All you need to do is to simply communicate in a friendly way, with good manners, good respect, just in exactly the same way as you would expect people to communicate with you. You need to do it back. So, all I'm saying is use whatever means, use whatever media you prefer to get your message across to the other person. I've chosen YouTube because it's a great platform. I don't have to write stuff out because I'm weak at writing. I don't have to I don't have to be the person I'm not because I'm not a good writer, and my whole attitude changes. The kind of person I am is completely different. That's why you don't see me in a lot of chat groups, because chat groups, to me, I can feel I sometimes waste a lot of time. And another thing, this morning, it's morning here in Japan, I was in the chat group, I read someone's message and it looked a bit negative to me. Okay, I was actually, as it turned out, I was wrong, but the way the person worded their message in the chat group, they looked like they were calling something garbage. And, just these little key words make us kind of like, suddenly we oppose that situation. We think, hold on a minute, I resent that, or hold on a minute, suddenly we get warning signs. We think that these people are there to be negative. And that changes the attitude in these chat groups. And all of a sudden, I put on my guard. I suddenly, I didn't know who this person was. I've never met them before. And yes, absolutely, we don't know each other. But I just felt from what I had read by their comment was negative. And from that point on, the conversation began, kind of negatively, and they obviously hated me. And as it turned out, they just simply came into the chat group wanting help, and I wasn't there for them, and I regret that, and I apologize, because I handled it wrong, I handled it badly, and I responded in a bad way. But guys, if you want people to help you out, and you need people to understand your situation, your problem, you need to somehow communicate it better. I'm not saying that you need to be fluent in English, but sometimes little words like I'm grateful to be here, blah blah blah, but I have a problem. Okay, it's nice to be part of a great group. I'm trying to be positive as much as I can, but I have a little issue. Can someone help? These little words can really go a long way, and it can actually change the attitude of everyone who's going to be prepared to help you in that group. So all I'm saying, sometimes a few little key words, and I'm not saying that I'm trying to suggest that people who are non-native English speakers need to learn how to speak English better. I'm not saying that at all. Completely the reverse. If you if you need to learn a little bit of English, I'm here to help. I'll gladly give you some help. If you need some phrases, I can put some phrases and help you and give you some advice. But all I'm saying is try to learn a few words that can sort of give a little bit of respect. I know you're frustrated, and that frustration can suddenly look really negative in a group. And so when people are there just trying to help you out, and that's really why why you posted that message, is so you simply wanted help. It's good to start the chat, or it's good to start the conversation with, okay, I'm a little bit frustrated, but I understand You know, we're a part of a good thing here, and you know, we're all here to make some money, but please help me with this. Or if you want to make it shorter, just say, I'm happy to be here, please help me, I need some advice about blah blah blah, whatever it is. Okay, you don't need to make it really long, but I'm just saying that sometimes how you start your conversation in the chat group can really, you know, it can really make a difference, and people are just, you know, more willing to help you out. But you know, sometimes chat groups can all turn into, you know, really just dirty language, and it can get really ugly. So anyway, all I'm saying is I've made mistakes, I've made errors, and it's hard to you know, help a lot of people when, you know, you are trying to communicate with them in a way that you're not used to. So all I'm saying is, you know, everyone needs to have some patience. Everyone needs to understand from other people's point of view. Language is important, but I'm not saying you have to be an expert in English. I'm not saying you have to be fluent. I'm just saying language is important. Certain key words can help, all right? You know, like thank you, or I'm glad to be here, or I don't want to sound negative, but I have an issue, can someone help? These kind of words can go a long way. You know, we're not saying that you have to be positive. We're not saying you have to love the situation. We're saying that if you have a frustration and you have a concern, you need to ask those questions. But if you ask it in a certain way, people are more likely to help you out. All right, and you're going to end up getting your answer. All right. Okay. So basically, all I want to say in this video is, you know, you need to look for a platform, a way to communicate with people, whether it's Facebook Messenger, whether it's on Facebook, or maybe, you know, you prefer YouTube. You need to get onto YouTube, you need to get onto Facebook, you know, but it all depends on what kind of person you are. What's your personality? You know, I've chosen YouTube simply because I can communicate my true mind a lot better than simply being able to post on Facebook, for example. All right, I do post on Facebook, but I know that my videos tend to work better than, you know, when I post stuff on Facebook. But the good thing about Facebook is, and any typical social media, is you don't have to write reams and reams of text. All right, sometimes I see, you know, typos and spelling mistakes in my posts, and I cringe and I think, how embarrassing, it's not good, I shouldn't do that. That's why you see me, you know, moving towards YouTube, because to me, I can just speak my mind. And, you know, in this video, look how much I've actually already spoken. I haven't made any spelling errors. I don't believe I've made too many English errors. I probably have made some grammar mistakes, but, you know, you hear it from me. You hear it from my mind and my heart, because I can deliver simply what I feel is true about me. Okay, you can get my message, and that's really what I'm trying to do here. I'm simply trying to deliver my message, and I feel that YouTube is just simply better at doing that. So don't feel you have to be on every single platform. If there's a platform out there that doesn't work for you, don't use it. You know, I came onto Facebook and started promoting my businesses using Facebook long after I actually made a certain amount of success. Okay, I was actually in a company and I already achieved a very high rank in that company, and it wasn't until after that where I was motivated enough to actually start using Facebook. But I still feel that I didn't necessarily need to. Okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't use Facebook. I'm just saying just use the platform that you feel comfortable with. Okay, some people just prefer to use their mobile device, and you just sort of, you know, maybe, you know, look at it, you've got your Facebook apps on there, you've got different apps, maybe you got your Instagram app. If that's easy for you, if that's the best way to deliver your message, focus on those platforms. If you prefer to use other platforms like Twitter, you know, if that's easy for you, if that's your style, if the kind of people on Twitter are more your kind of people, then that's good. But you know, don't waste your time on platforms that are not serving you. Go move on to platforms. Try out new platforms. Try to see what works for you best. And then once you see a platform that works for you best, stick with it. Focus it. 100% focus on it. That's why I got good at YouTube, is because I realized that YouTube was the platform for me. So I decided to focus on it. I decided to learn every aspect of it, how to get good at it. What are other expert YouTubers doing? How can I duplicate what they're doing? How can I upload good content? But guys, You don't need to be an expert. Okay, I just gradually got good at using YouTube. I gradually got more comfortable sitting in front of a camera and using video equipment and stuff like that. But you can download and just simply get started with very simple software that's 100% free. Get yourself, most cameras, that are built into your laptop or built into your computer are enough. Or if you'd rather, just use your mobile phone camera and start that way. That's how I got started. All right, we start somewhere and we keep going on that. We get a little bit better, we progress, we decide, okay, I need to learn some more stuff. We get onto YouTube, we watch other people's videos, we get some gold nuggets. You can learn stuff in 5 minutes. You can get onto YouTube and learn what other people are doing and get some gold nuggets, and you can just get good at that. I know I'm not going to help everybody with this video, and I know I'm not going to help everybody with the videos that I put up on YouTube. But if there are people that relate to what I'm doing, then my job is done. I feel that I can connect with the right kind of people, and people are going to come to me knowing that they can learn what I do and relate to what I do and the kind of things that I do. Okay, but there are some people who are different to what I do, and they don't do what I do, so they go and follow someone else, and that's brilliant, and that's fantastic. In network marketing, you're not going to want to be able to help everyone. Okay, in any network marketing business, in any referral-based business, if you can find 6 key people, or even less, if you can find 3 people that can do the same, that's all you need to do. And if you can do that on YouTube, great. If you can do that on Facebook, great. All you need to do is to be that messenger. Share out your message. Get people in front of a presentation that's been done for you, but you need to be able to tell your story. You need to be able to tell your message so that more people can just have a look at that done for you presentation to get on a website that's been done for you, so they can sign up through your link, and then you get the credit. And you do that one time. If you can do it once, you can do it twice. If you can do it twice, you can do it 10 times. You can do it as often as you need to until you get enough people that are on board with you, and then you can teach them to do the same. That's all it is in a nutshell. Okay, that's all I've been focused on. And you do it using a platform you feel comfortable with. I never pick up the phone to talk to people. I never use Skype to try and cold call people, to actually pitch people. I never use Facebook Messenger to pitch people from my side. If people want information, they come into my inbox and ask for information, and I give them it. That's why you see me posting on my timeline, and you get people asking me for information. Just get good at sharing information. Just get good, and you get good at it simply by being excited about the business you're involved in. How do you get excited? You get excited by asking your sponsor to help you a little bit, just to ask them to send you a presentation. Your sponsor doesn't need to be an expert in explaining the business. You have to know that. Don't demand your sponsor too much, because that's how we duplicate. Nobody's going to demand a lot from you, and nobody's going to demand a lot from your downlines when they start sponsoring people. Everybody has the even playing field. Everybody can only send a message out in in their way. All right, so that they know how to get them in front of a done-for-you presentation. So you don't need to be the expert. So don't demand your sponsor and expect your sponsor to do everything for you. Okay, you need to be able to learn a little bit from what your sponsor has shared with you, because they shared a done-for-you presentation that they didn't have to do themselves, and they're just simply duplicating the success, and then you're going to be able to do the same. So you don't have to get frustrated, and you don't have to procrastinate because you don't know, you feel you're not as good as your sponsor. You feel you can't do what your sponsor is doing. Your sponsor shouldn't. In fact, I advise your sponsor not to do too much, simply because they need to be able to duplicate what you're able to do. Okay? They just simply need to share a presentation that's already been done either by the company or someone in the upline. They need to share a nice presentation that everyone can pass on to their team, to pass on to their prospects, to pass on to their leads. And if you do that enough times and you get that presentation in front of enough people, you're going to get your 3 people. and that's all you need. Then you start working and helping them to get their 3 people, and then they can start working and get their 3 people. That's how you build a business. That's how you build it. All right. But I just got good at using YouTube. That's my platform. You find your platform. All right. And it's all about you. It's all about your personality. The type of person you are. Okay. So once you've found your platform, focus on it. Don't worry about other things. Just focus on that. It's all you have time for. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. It's almost the weekend. Hope you have a great weekend. Looking forward to chatting with you next week, and talk soon. Bye for now.